Hello family, friends, and by chance visitors. This is the end of July 2021 and it's a quick garden update, first one this year. So here we are. Let me rotate this. Okay, first time we're growing eggplants this time. We're doing them in containers. First try, see how it goes. And I'm going to show the beautiful eggplant flowers that are starting to come in. There we go. Really gorgeous. We'll see how it does. There are a lot of things already bolting, going to seed. Everything worked out great. Salads were great. It's time to replant. Um, let's see. Oh, this one we got from a nursery, and this is a chamomile. A lot of flowers fell out because of rains. We had a lot of rains. Thankfully, nothing too bad. Storms, rains, but it was all right. And we got basils. We got licorice basil. This might be licorice. Aromatica basil. We have lemon basil elsewhere. These are habanero peppers. I believe that's habanero. It's starting to form, yeah. Still green, but it's a very nice plant. These are other peppers. I think these are Korean peppers. The green Korean peppers. We'll see how they do. And more basil over here. And more basil again. Different varieties. See, some new kind of salad burette, I think this one's called. Really nice. I've been using everything in the salad. It's great. And we have, let's see, more basil over here. More basil over here. Let's see, sage over here. Beautiful plants. Rosemary, really good, and it's really nutritious. Just with everything. I even put it in my tea. It's great. This one smells so great. I'll not remember the name right now, but it's amazing how the aroma of it. Here's cilantro that bolted. It's going to coriander now, but it's still great in salads. The flowers, still very tasty. Amazing. Okay, let's go to the main garden real quick. And let's see, this is a third year of our gardening here. And we built a special strawberry bed this time. It's testing out. It bore a lot of strawberries in June, a lot of it. We try to do it basically to reproduce how they do it on farms for many reasons, but it did well. These strawberries were from nursery mostly. And this thing, oh my goodness, it's big now. So we planted a bunch of squash and some sweets, some winter squash, some squash, different place, and some pumpkins. So it's one of those things. There's comfrey. Here's a hops growing tall. It's gonna start doing flowers soon. Mosquitoes around, even in the morning. This is Asian plum, really beautiful. It's a white, green, sweet, amazing plum. Love it. Absolutely love it. Tomatoes, we're doing again, of course. Because we had so much rain recently, they are disease prone and we can see it. We have to keep it clear, pick up the bad leaves very often. But they are tomatoes and they're ripening and we are gathering them. Every other day or so, we come out and gather some tomatoes now. They're very, very nice, very sweet. These are very sweet. This one, tomatillo. First time we got them from the nursery, not from seed, but still. These are tomatillos. It barely survived the potato bugs, Colorado beetles. Sorry. And surprisingly, because it's in the family, I guess, of probably nightshades, I mean, tomatoes are too, but these are closer to potatoes than actual tomatoes. And the same kind of pests go after them, and it was pretty insane how many there were. Comfrey, going strong. Keep cutting it, keep new to the animals, but it's just amazing. It's one of the most amazing plants I've ever come across. Comfrey. This is a Russian comfrey, and it's been here for probably all 3 years now. This is the apricot tree. We've been getting apricots from it. It's probably mostly done. Probably harvest everything. It's great. It needs to be replanted though. It's still in a pot. Big pot, but still it needs to be replanted to the ground. It's a full size tree, so that's gonna be, it's a little challenging to find a spot for it. Here we have peach trees, and there's some peaches on that one. This one, not sure what happened here. May have fallen off early, may have been something else, but we'll see next year. See how it does next year. There's some berries ripening here. This is amazing. It's a new thing we tried out. It's a spinach, but it's a spinach berry. There's a specific name. I need to look it up, but it's basically like flowers, but you eat them. They're kind of like in between flower and berry consistency, and kind of mild flavor, but very refreshing. Like very water-filled refreshing. It's great. This is lemon basil right here. These are amazing raspberries. These are golden raspberries. We probably picked all the ones that are ripe. There's some ripening, but they're super, super sweet. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And we have a lot of chives, a lot of green onion here, and a lot of weeds to pick out again. A foxglove is mostly done, but it comes back on its own now. Planted it once for 2 years now. It keeps coming back and keeps growing and spreading, so that's great. Borage, so that's something new we planted. I planted a bunch of flowers here, but only these guys came up. It's a learning process always. But look how beautiful they are. Amazing, amazing, beautiful plants. These can be eaten, and I think they're medicinal as well. Still a lot to learn how to use it. Asparagus, of course, grew up, became really tall, and do not eat the berries, they're poisonous. But we got a lot of asparagus before it started to bolt, basically. And echinacea comes back on its own. We planted flower last year, now it keeps coming back on its own, and it's bigger than ever. It'll keep growing. More chives over here. Blueberries, we got some good blueberries. We planted them probably a year ago, and we grew them from bare root. This, I think it's mullein. It's a beautiful plant. Oh, I don't want to change the screen. It's flowering now. First time we've seen it flower. It's been here, second year that we noticed. But it's very velvety and very soft. I believe a long time ago people used it instead of toilet paper. And if you feel it, you'll say why. Some more blueberries here. Yeah, of course, blueberry season is mostly over except for that one. This one still has some that are still ripening. So pretty nice. Okay. Now over here, more tomatoes. More tomatoes, they need a lot of care again. Need to put them up more on the strings, and the suckers need to be plucked off, basically broken off, otherwise they do this kind of thing. Make separate branches, and you don't really want that. Okay, so we have a lot of green tomatoes in here. These are the big ones. We planted a bunch of varieties from last year, same kind, heirlooms. Some of the seeds we saved and replanted. It might have been these. I didn't label well, so can't tell exactly. Trying beets. The root crops like carrots, radishes we tried. Well, carrots not this year. Radishes we did. We got some, but so-so. Beets we'll see. I'm still waiting on them. Need to do a little better maintenance and maybe find a different spot for them next year. Beets supposed to be very friendly to all kinds of soil. Like they don't really like nutrient dense soil. They can go in a very kind of bare soil, but I still haven't found good way of doing root vegetables. Oh, these are supposed to be super, super sweet. Super sweet tomatoes. Okay, peas did great. They're already almost over. The season's almost over, but we gathered so many peas from it, different kinds. Snow peas and regular peas, Lincoln peas, a whole bunch of different kinds we planted. We got a lot. They were going all around this fence right here, this bed. And the main thing here that you see is the kohlrabi. Kohlrabi is well, I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really say, but people like it. And they have various way of eating it, even raw, I think, in salads, cooking it, all kinds. It's supposed to be really good. That's what we're trying. And it's, let's see if I can find the big one. There's some forming. They like these bulbs that form. Ah, yeah, this one right here. This is a good representative kohlrabi. And our bunnies love the leaves. Well, everyone does. Chickens too, I'm sure. I haven't tried the leaves yet, but supposedly you can eat them as well. So that's new stuff. Cucumbers. So first time we're doing trellis cucumbers here. Last year was an experiment in hydro outside kind of thing. This time we're doing them in the ground and they're doing great. We're getting so many cucumbers. So there's some that needs to be picked again. It's amazing how fast cucumbers grow, especially when there's a lot of rain. So they love water. They're doing great. There we go. There's different kinds of varieties that we planted. There's more along the way. Okay, so these are squashes again. There's some squash in here for sure. Like I said, I'm not that great with labeling yet. This is a learning process, but we'll get there someday because we'll actually know what everything is before it bears fruit. And these raspberries did really well. Now it's mostly over, but it was a nice pink kind of reddish raspberry, sweet, yummy. It was great. That fennel right there keeps coming back on its own now, grows on its own. I'd never seen the actual bulb of the fennel, the bottom part, but we keep picking the leaves and I put them in my salads and I pickled with it and it's great. It tastes absolutely great. So let's keep going. Keep going here. Salad bed. Well, now it's overgrown by everything, completely by everything. But it bore a lot of salads that we used. Mostly me, but I love it. Fresh salad is great. My daughter comes here, just picks stuff off and just eats it as she goes, so that's fine. And let's see, yeah, everything's overgrowing. The comfrey is amazing, just amazing. There's some fruit trees. Those are dwarf fruit trees. They are kind of close to the garage, but they're dwarf. They're not gonna get too much bigger. Mint comes back on its own, of course. Once you put it somewhere, it's really hard to get rid of, but that's okay. We like mint. Just have to manage it a bit better. Maybe make some mint chili this time. These are potatoes. We plant them kind of late. These are russets. We got them from Store Organic, and then we tried to plant them, and it's working out well. It's working out really well. Hopefully there's enough of time before winter comes for them to actually mature. This is amazing, kale. So now it's all gone to seed. It came back on its own from last year. It actually never died through the winter, even though it was pretty cold winter. It survived and then it came back and it came back really strong. It's, if you can see down there, the stem of it is really thick now that it's 2 years old. It's really amazing. I love kale now. I really do. I still pick the leaves and I try to keep some of it from flowering so that I can still eat it. That's the trick. You have to eat the flowers first. And this is another fennel that comes back on its own. There's a lot of things that come back on its own. Here we go. Some more things. This comes back year after year now. Oregano. There's two kinds of spicy oregano here, some other one. Not sure which one to write, maybe both. But we use them. Very nice. Okay, this is our last papa that we didn't plant in the ground yet. I'll show you the ones we planted in the ground this year. So there's a few fruit trees remaining that still need to go in the ground, but most of it have been put in. There's cherries back there by those tomatoes over there. The birds got them all. We had sour cherry and sweet cherry, but before we could get to it, the birds did. So So something to learn to manage. Some more peppers. These are very sensitive to sunny weather, especially to the sun. They get very sad when it's too hot or sunny. But they do okay right now. Oh, look at these. Oh, this is a little too many for that tree. We'll see how it does, but at least we'll definitely get some. Okay, let's see. Before we move on, let me show you St. John's wort. He's 2 years old now, and I need to learn how to prepare it. It's a medicinal antidepressant and probably some other benefits as well that I need to learn how to do, make tea out of it and so forth. So St. John's wort, and we plant it and plant more of it. So, and okay, another experiment this year, corn. We tried to do we tried something else here last year. It didn't quite work out, but this year here's some mint that we planted. But this year we're trying out corn just to see. This is not full sun. Corn is supposed to be full sun, but this is kind of like mostly full sun partially, and then some other parts of it is not full sun at all. So we'll just see how it goes, trying to figure out what to grow here. And this corn right here is a Japanese variety, and it's supposed to be very pretty. You can already see the designs on the leaves of it, but it's supposed to get colors too, like reds and purples. So we'll see. These are more cucumbers all along the way, different varieties of cucumbers. We do pick them, they do bear, so you can see that we need to pick more. The cucumbers you have to pick before they start to get old. So basically they'll stop producing if you let it mature too much. So you have to keep picking. Yeah, you can see the corn is, we just planted whatever corn we had. Some was old, some was new, so some didn't even sprout. But oh, look at that. That's not a cucumber, that's a squash. I guess I planted a squash here too. Okay. And these are a special variety of cucumbers. They actually are supposed to get this kind of brownish, orangish color. They're really good inside, so it's not bad or anything. It does need to be picked though. And here is interesting. I had potatoes, blue potatoes, over from last year, left over, and I forgot about them. Left them somewhere in the garage, forgot about them, found them, and they were starting to grow sprouts. And even though they looked pretty miserable, they were trying to grow. So I planted them to see what happens. And look at that. It really wants to live. Amazing. Amazing. So fast. So we might get some blue potatoes. And I planted some onions in here too, because the corn here didn't sprout at all. So I planted some onions. We'll see how they do. There's some purple, red Welsh onions and some other ones, and some leeks that I think bunnies keep eating. Anyway, experiments mostly. And papas. So we replanted two of other papas. Hello, Mr. Rooster. That's Duncan right there. He's a beautiful guy. He defended chickens from fox twice, from a hawk, survived it all. Beautiful guy. But he stays outside because the two other roosters keep kicking him out. So here's a papa. So I think it's doing well. The other one's inside with the chickens. The chickens, I'm not very nice to it, but hopefully it will survive and grow. These are full-size trees, so they will be big. And the chickens keep digging all around this area here, but that's what it's there. So they don't dig up the whole thing. All right, hi girls, boys. Alright, and since the grass mostly regrown here, and before we mow around here again, I'm gonna open the fence so they can have fresh grass. Have to move it around because they'll peck it around, they'll scratch it, and then it's bare earth again, which has to regrow. Okay, well that's about it for the update. Trying to do it quick, not long. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great day, great summer. Good luck with gardening if you're doing it. Hopefully we'll do one more update at the end of the summer. Bye-bye.